What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of Voice Visions Presents. This is not his first time on the show, but I'm so glad that he's back. This is humble Rickyy. Man, what's up, bro? How you doing, man? How you doing today? You're in your car? Where you going,
And
bro?
man, I'm actually doing great. Like I totally forgot about this fucking meeting that was supposed to happen. So while I'm driving, I'm like, oh shit.
It's all right. It's all right.
I'm like, that's why I'm like, pick it up. Literally, like I had kind of like sleeveless t-shirt on. I'm like, I don't want my motherfucker to think I'm trying to show my muscle. I put my jacket on.
Bro, I
I'm
see
like, I
you.
totally forgot, though.
I see you working out on the Instagram, so if you wanted to show,
Yeah, man.
some biceps, some shoulders, that's
Man.
cool, bro. I mean, as
I,
long
I
as
I
we
feel
don't
it.
get, yeah.
No, I feel like it's really good, to work out and shit, to be honest. Try to stay healthy, to be honest. So
Yeah.
that's one of the most, like I'll say probably the number one reason, like, I be working out. Because to be honest, like it kind of feel like, some type of therapy at the same time, to be honest. So that's one of the reasons. And of course, I want to look good too, but
Of course, bro.
yeah,
Since you brought it up, working out, how it's a form of therapy and all that.
yeah,
Like you've been concentrating on kind of like those themes with the new music. I mean, you have the new music video out right now called "Drugged," talking about
yeah,
anxiety, talking about mental health, like things like that.
yeah.
Is that something that's really important to you? Like, how do you feel when it comes to?
Yeah, it is. Like, to be honest, like, cause I feel like especially, nowadays, this generation, like they don't really pay that much attention, toward mental health. You know what I mean? And it can be anybody. It can be anyone. They might not be even aware of it. You know what I mean? And so it's like I feel like it's really important, to actually, I don't say I'm not trying to push it on people, but at least be aware. You know what I mean? So which is like I feel like it was perfect, from the way I, wrote the music, to the director Teddy J that helped me with the video, to do it the way it is. And I feel like it was perfect. It's like it was kind of simple, not too much going on. And at the same time, and then the music, the melodies, it just get to you. And then at the same time, also the video kind of like, make it easy to digest, not some raw, I don't know if I can cuss, motherfucker
Of
killing
course, yeah.
themselves. Yeah, so like that. So I'm like, so I'm really proud of it, to be honest. That work, I'm really proud of it, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean that topic is really really important. I mean, you're right. Sometimes that topic can kind of be taboo. People don't really want to talk about it, especially us
Yeah.
as us men. We don't want to
Yes.
our feelings
Exactly.
too much. We want to be tough. We want to be, you
Exactly.
know, it's like it's almost as sometimes it's lonely too. Like you want to be able to provide, do all the things that
Yeah.
they tell you as a boy that what a man represents.
Yes. Yeah, you get it, man. Yeah. Exactly. So I feel like yeah, it's
Like
very
that, yeah.
important. It's like, especially nowadays, most of the things that you see is is violence, or maybe females dancing naked, on social media, but everybody kind of like push that to the side, and like you said, and as men, it's not comfortable for us to be emotional or to show people our feelings, so we kind of like keep it all inside and everything. So and sometimes you said it also, lonely. My definition of lonely, sometimes you can have people around you, but you still, you don't feel connected. You don't feel like they relate to you, or they can relate to you maybe as much as you would like them to relate to you. So that you can feel lonely even though you have people around you. And I don't know if a lot of people are aware of that, but I feel like that's a real thing, to be honest.
Yeah, that conversation you have with yourself could be considered like note to self, right?
Yes,
Like,
exactly.
as you're going through life.
That's exactly
Yeah.
like, the song, like when I wrote it. If you listen to it, you might interpret it as I was talking about a girl. but really, I want to leave room for interpretation. So I'm not gonna say too much. But to be honest, it was not about a girl that I wrote it. To be honest, but the title also kind of give it away. I'm kind of playing around with it. The title kind of give it away, but when you hear the song, it might tell you something else.
Right.
It's all about your perceptions. To be honest.
And I saw some of your interviews that you've done before.
Yeah.
Where you talk about, basically getting raised in Haiti, then making the transition to the United States,
Mhm.
learning the new language, and you weren't really a cool kid growing up, or you didn't feel like a cool kid compared to the others.
Yeah.
But then with cool
Yeah.
kids, you
And now,
try to tell that story.
yeah. Yes. Of course. Because like when you think about it, I don't know if probably a lot of people can relate because Florida is full of immigrants, to be honest.
Yeah.
So I feel like when I first got here, I didn't really know anyone, you know what I mean? And I don't speak the language. So I just still, kind of like an alien, you know what I mean? It's like, I'm like, yo, I don't belong here, you know what I mean? Like people would try to talk to me, I wouldn't understand what they say, you know what I mean? So it was a little bit, you feel alienated. And then also like, even though as you try to learn the language and everything, you try to fit into this new culture and everything, but at the same time, you still a Zoe. You had a culture before that culture, so you kind of try to mix them, which can make you still look different. You know what I mean? So people can, like yeah, he's not the same as us, and shit like that. And then when you live there for a long time, you also look like look up. I'm not gonna say look up, but you see that other kids and you're like, they got them cool kicks, and stuff like that. And you're like, damn, I wish I could be cool, like they're all females and everything, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, they play sports crazy and everything. So it's like, it's kind of cool, but at the same time, you have that fear within you, even though you feel like you can do it, but you don't believe in yourself and stuff like that. So you kind of like, stay back and everything. So, and fast forward to now, like, I work on myself, a lot. Even though I'm an introvert, when I tell people that sometimes they don't believe it, especially when I'm around people that I'm comfortable with. So I don't look like I'm an introvert, but the real thing is I am. So it is, now that you're making music, learning, try to get comfortable to speak, on camera, try to get, on stage and everything, and then the dynamic kind of changed, like it's kind of like, that shyness kind of going away and you find that new confidence within yourself, that was already there, to be honest. You just didn't know, you know what I mean? And then eventually you work on yourself, it comes out. So that
Right.
song, it kind of like, like I said, I like to leave room for interpretation on all my music, but that's what, inspired that song, to be honest.
I one of my guilty pleasures. I like watching a lot of anime, and the
Mhm.
story is almost the same in every anime. The character doesn't know how
Yeah.
to use their powers, or they're very shy, or whatever, and they're
Yeah.
fighting the big boss, and they're like, "Man, there's no way I can do this," and they're crying, and like I've been watching Demon Slayer, My Hero Academia. I've been watching a lot of anime, so it almost feels that way. Like you have mastered your power, and now it's time for you to
Yeah.
shine, to be the
Yeah.
cool kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then also like the way I feel, to be honest, is like when you like, you've been an underdog, for most of your life, at a certain point, you already been in the battle. So you just don't have anything to lose, to be honest. It's like you at some point you just feel like you can't do no wrong. You know what I mean? Because it's like I already seen what battle look like. You know what I mean? So that's that. So it's like a lot of time, if you guys go to my catalogs, I make many style. I experiment a lot with sounds. I try not to repeat the same thing over and over again, and it comes with that and everything. So yeah,
Yeah, no, I definitely see that. Even if it's not you performing or anything, it's just your beats. Like this evolution just continues and continues and it continues. And
yeah,
you can see the drum patterns, like with some of your music, Closer to My Dream, and you listen to the drums on that
yeah,
one. maybe it might sound a little bit similar to drums and other songs, but
Yeah.
there is still this like thing that's happening. It's exciting to
Yeah.
see you reach your
A lot
level.
of frequencies. Like
No
I play a
frequency.
lot with
Yeah.
frequencies. Yes.
Yeah.
Like, from it's like I kind of like EQ almost everything, every single fucking, instruments or sounds that I put on there to shape it to a sound that's just very sweet to my ears, to be honest. Like once it get there, I don't care what anybody else says. Like it's good for me. It's perfect for me. You either like it or don't. It's like, but I'm loving it. So that's what it
So
is.
so I got a challenge. We'll go back to your music and what's next. But before we get to what's next, in your written article, you talked about some of your collaborations that you would like to do. Now, I want you. It may be a little tough, but I want you to rank these guys, okay? And
Mm-hmm.
we got people like Yeet, we got Lil Uzi, we got Playboy Cardi, we got J. Cole, we got Drake, Burna Boy, and Wizkid. So I want you to
Man, that's a
rank.
lot of fucking names.
You said it, not me, but
All right.
but
Hey,
rank
can I
them.
just do
Which one
top
would you
five?
like?
Can I just do top five though?
All right. We'll do top
All
five.
right.
Yeah.
I'll go with Drake,
Okay.
then J. Cole.
Okay.
Damn. That's where it get fucked up with them Lil
So
Uzi and
you got
Playboy, though.
you got Wizkid, you got Burna Boy, Bad Bunny, Lil
I,
Uzi,
I'll go with actually, damn, can I
and
redo it?
Playboy Cardi too. You haven't said Playboy.
Nah, I'll go with Drake, Bad Bunny,
Oh
J.
wow.
Cole. Yeah,
Okay.
J. Cole. Then I'll go with Lil Uzi and Playboy.
Okay. Okay. All right. Yo, I've seen these two
But I
guys.
ain't gonna lie though, the old Playboy, not the new
Oh,
Playboy.
I was just gonna ask because he's really transformed his sound. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
to anybody who's been listening to him for a long time will tell you that if you interview somebody
Yeah,
down the street doesn't listen to hip hop, they'll just be like, he just sounds like whoever
yeah,
else.
yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah, lately he's been working with Kanye more, kind of being even more mysterious in his way and almost like really
yeah,
dark. Like,
yeah.
do you
Yeah,
feel?
it's not almost, it is dark. It is really
Do
dark,
you
to be honest.
feel? And maybe this is going into like conspiracy theories, but do
Uh-huh.
you feel like you almost, as an artist in this world, you have to kind of show like a dark side to be successful? Because we've seen it so many times, like even Taylor Swift, like her latest album, the music videos, the imagery, it's kind of dark now. Like it wasn't like that before. Like, do you feel, and maybe are you afraid of that, to have to show like a darker side to become quote unquote successful?
I mean, I don't know. It's a little bit complicated, to be honest. I feel like you don't have to be dark,
Mm,
I guess, to be successful. But I'll be honest. I feel like it is easier if if you go that route.
right.
So that's just the way I see it. I don't even know we're supposed to be talking about shit like that.
It's all right, bro. We've talked. Look.
Let me change my VPN and shit.
Oh
No,
man,
but
we've talked aliens on this. We've talked the
yeah,
earth is flat. We've talked a bunch of
yeah,
stuff on this. So I'm never afraid to touch on any of these topics. We've talked about COVID-19 and the vaccine and all that stuff many years ago.
yeah,
But yeah, no, that was just always something I'm thinking about as you develop your career. You kind of have to watch out what it is that you're promoting and all that
yeah,
stuff, and you got to check yourself almost, right, and see, okay, where am I
yeah,
now?
yeah. That is true. That goes, to be honest, for like all my releases, it's always for like sometimes I sit on them for like half a year, a
Mm,
year. A lot of record that let's say I dropped, they usually was here like 2, 3 years ago. You know what I mean? It's either at the time I just feel like okay, maybe I should wait, not yet. It's not the time yet. You know what I mean? I don't know. For some reason, as an artist or producer, you always feel like when the time is right to drop it
mhm.
because sometimes you can create a beautiful track, beautiful music, And then on the same day, you can't wait. You just do everything. You drop it, especially with access to DistroKid, TuneCore, and make it easy. You can do that. And sometimes also you can create a beautiful art, and then you feel some kind of way about it the next day. You don't feel the same. Then the feelings come back. And then it's like you don't know
Yeah.
how to feel about it, and then you ended up never dropping it. And when the time is right, you just hear it one time, and then you put it out. That's just I don't know. That's just, I mean, that's how it is for me. So I don't know for most artists, to be honest.
So we're wrapping this one up, unfortunately, but I got two more questions.
Yes.
I got two more questions. So one is
I don't know
obviously.
if I got two more answers, but we'll see.
Oh my god. So
Mhm.
so before we get to the advice and all that, what's next? What are you thinking of dropping? Obviously, we're working together on some stuff, but what
Yeah.
are you thinking of dropping next? Music, visuals, like anything like that? What are you thinking of for the summer at least?
For the summer, I'm dropping this new track. It's like Cool Kid Anthem, Summer Vibe, and it's actually coming.
Okay.
I think this Wednesday, May the 1st. Yeah, like I think
All
that's
right.
Wednesday, right? Yeah, so it's more like
Yep. Yep.
vibey. You can dance. Track, just feel good type of music, to be honest, a little bit. So yeah, so I can't really wait for you guys to hear it. Like hopefully you guys, when you're at the beach or you have a party, put it on rotation on your playlist, and just vibe with it. Whatever y'all do, drink, smoke, just vibe. I promise you it's gonna hit, though. Y'all probably gonna start dancing. But so that's that. And then I also have another track that might be coming in June, but I'm not sure yet because, like we talk about, we probably got to do some shit. So probably gonna delay it a little bit. I had already submitted, but I'm gonna remove it. So I'm like, let me sit on it
Yeah.
a little bit until we figure things out. So, but yeah, so that's about that, to be honest.
What
Yeah,
advice would you give to a young creator? They don't necessarily have to be a rapper or music artist, but they're a creative person. What kind of advice would you give them?
I'll say the best advice is like try to be original. To be honest, try like your best. Even if you were to use or I mean, certain aspect or element of someone else's work, but you can also see yourself on it when you put your voice or your touch on it. That's the best because I feel like it, with music every day evolving, so we always take from other artists or the sounds. It's impossible you just come like with just your sound. Like you're gonna have to use some sounds and turn it into your sound. You know what I mean? So, but as long as in the process you try, you don't lose who you are, your identity. Like I feel like you're gonna be okay. Just be original as much as possible. To be honest, that's the best advice I can give them.
All right. The cool kid has spoken from
Yes,
Miami, the
sir.
305, Haitian born, Miami-Dade raised, Miami-Dade County, make some noise.
Yes,
For Humble
sir.
Rickyy, another episode of Voice Visions presents. Thank you again for this time, bro. I mean, you could have been
Yes,
doing
sir.
anything right now, but you made some time for the show, so I appreciate that. And
You could have
everybody
been
stay
doing. You could have
tuned
been
for
doing
Summer
anything
Vibe.
too. You make time for me, man.
Hey, of course, bro. I respect that, bro. I definitely got to make time for Cool Kid, bro.
Yes,
AK
sir.
Rickyy, AK Ricky. Where is Ricky? AK Angry Ricky.
They may never find out.
Shout out to any shout outs you want to give out before we wrap this thing up?
Oh, damn! Like there's so many people acting down. Like I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna say shout out to like Soul Network, NMJB,
Nice.
Young Banan,
Yes,
Nappy
sir.
Head, Darian, Floyd the Jet. Like damn, I don't know if I'm in Jamal the artist. I can keep going though. So like if I didn't mention you, like yo, just shout out, man. It's like there's so many though.
All right, thank you, man. Have a good one. Drive safe. Definitely drive
Yes,
safe.
sir.
And we'll be talking soon, bro.